Bob Maloney from My MMA News, and I'm over in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania at Algeo Kickboxing and MMA with my man Bill Algeo, and we got a special guest here, Peanut Algeo. Say hello, Peanut. Bill, how you doing, my man?
Good, man. Good to see you. Thanks
Great.
for coming out.
Bill has an epic fight coming up. Bill is, really built a great resume. He has a strong, diverse school here with guys constantly training and competing in Muay Thai, kickboxing,
Guys
grappling.
and girls. Yeah, guys and girls. We got a ton of kickboxing fighters. A lot of guys interested in jiu-jitsu now here too. A couple guys who put it together, but yeah, we got a ton of good kickboxers here.
It feels weird calling him an OG because I go back to him as an amateur, but he looks young, but he is an OG. Trust me, he's been around the game for a long time. And before we talk about his fight against another guy who's well respected and been in the game for a long time, let's talk a little bit about when you were growing up, Bill. Did you have plans? What did you want to be? Because did you really think you were going to be, a teacher, an instructor, someone who, brought so much to other people in their life? What was your plans growing up to be? Did you have anything?
No, I just knew I liked wrestling, and I knew I didn't want to work a real job at some point. So this teaching people, I've really found a passion in it. I love it. I do it every single day, Monday through Sunday, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Well, listen, you're doing a great job. Every event I'm at, there's somebody from Algeo compete in there, whether it's grappling or kickboxing or MMA, and it's great that you're still active because obviously it probably makes it easier on you because a lot of the times when you're training for it, when you're in a camp, you also have other guys in camp with you, so you can struggle through the weight cuts and the training and the cardio together. You're not doing everything by yourself.
Exactly, and then we all can peak together at the right time still. So we're constantly training, we're constantly getting better.
Well, also, since you've been around for so long, you have so many olive branches out there, and your MMA family is extended. I know you get to go when you train with guys like Ricardo Migrees, Will Martinez.
Absolutely.
Trent Stump comes over and works with you, so you have a really nice choice of training partners and people to help you out. So that's got to be a big plus as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've known Ricky since I started jiu-jitsu. He's opened the doors to me at Balance Studios, and I get my butt whooped every time I go there. There'll be 10, 15 black belts there, all trying to just take my head off too. And then I got a lot of good friends. Will Martinez owns a great school up on Cottman Avenue. I train at this kid Eddie Torres' place called Tino Martial Arts as well. I get some boxing in there. Plus, he just fought last weekend too, like 2 days ago. He's brown belt in jiu-jitsu as well. And whole pads, Muay Thai, can do a lot of things. MMA as well. And he's my weight class too, so that helps.
Now let me ask you something. Do you change when you have a camp and you're looking at your opponent? Now, obviously, there's a ton of film on Scott Heckman, so you can really do more studying on him than for a lot of guys because he has so many fights. He has 27 victories.
Yeah.
Do you, when you're camp, do you have the same camp all the time, or do you really maybe change it up? Because let's face it, looking at this fight, you don't have to be an expert if you look. You have a huge reach advantage over Scott. You have a lot of height, and you've come to the way you fight now. You've come to love them. You would love to stand in the middle and just exchange. But obviously,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Right. Scott is not going to want to, because of the reach advantage, Scott is going to want to come in for the takedown.
Close the distance.
So do you change your camp? You maybe work a little bit with more wrestling, work a little bit more from the bottom, from the guard, since you know that's what his goal is to basically take you down?
Absolutely. I try to get better every single day, but depending on the opponent, I'll maybe, he's more of a wrestler, let's get better at wrestling this week. So I've been focusing a lot on my wrestling, focus on getting up, that kind of thing, but also just incorporating my striking to not even have to worry about the wrestling, you know what I mean? Just constant movement. If you watch one Scott Heckman fight, you've basically seen them all. It's all the same thing, he's been around the game forever, but he hasn't evolved as much as I've evolved. So I feel like my striking can adapt to stay longer than it even looks. Yeah, I've got the reach, but the way I fight is even longer than that.
Well, listen, you have really varied. Like when I enjoy watching you fight because, like you said, you do so much. You're striking, you're throwing knees, kicks, all kinds of elbows, combinations. Who's your main influence as far as your Muay Thai and your striking? Because you really have a beautiful array of different attacks.
Yeah, that would be Eric Harner. He was the guy when I first came here. He was my Muay Thai coach. He owned this place when it was called Knock Muay Gym. I was working for him forever. And he always encouraged me to, obviously learn the basics, learn the Sityodtong style of how to kick knee elbow, how to do everything properly, but then also incorporate your style, your flavor, put your own little spin on it. And then that's always been fun to me too, is I can't just drill like the normal stuff. I gotta, all right, well, what if I do something cool here? Well, and then that just kind of comes out when I fight, you know. So.
Well, it's such a
hopefully it stays that way.
it's such a contrast in styles. Like I said, I remember talking to Eric Kowal because your victory in his last, the separate times that you fought was on different cards. You are both defending champions. You have Ring of Combat,
Yeah.
him of Maverick MMA. And I remember saying to Eric, the fight to make is Algeo versus Heckman. These guys are like, as far as regionally, the top two guys, they both are at the top of their game. And like at 145, Will Martinez, let's face it, he may or may not be retired, but other than Will, you two guys, it's clear cut. You can't make an argument for anybody else as being the top two 145 pounders in the region. So this fight makes so much sense, but a lot of times it might not make sense for one guy because like I said, you have so much height and reach on him, but
It's the weight class. That's just what it is. You know, he's got his benefits. I've got mine with the reach, but he also has his benefits of being shorter, stockier, so he can duck underneath punches and get to my legs easier. So no matter what your body type, you just have to play to your strengths, right? So long guys, skinny guys, even jiu-jitsu, you got guys with long legs, more triangles. Short, stumpy guys are going to do more like head and arm chokes, north-south chokes, that kind of stuff. You know, so you play to your style, and hopefully on September 21st, my style will best his style.
well, it's going to be awesome, man. Ring of Combat from Tropicana, Atlantic City, September 21st. I'm looking forward to it. Bill, on the way out the door, give out any shout-outs, any love to who's going to be there cheering for you, any sponsors that you have. Give out. I know that with the school, you told me before, you really don't have to go all out and do sponsors, but I'm sure there's people helping you along the way.
Yeah.
You always have a huge following there because you're such a great guy, and I'm sure it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be two big crowds there for both of you guys. So give out any shout outs to who's helping you get ready for this fight.
Thank you. First and foremost, all my students, all my training partners, all my coaches. I've got, so many of them to name, but Ricardo Miguel-Ruiz, Coach Peanut here, Eddie Torres rather, Will Martinez, Eric Carner. Those guys are going to be in my corner that night, as well as guys like Trent, good grapplers, Jack Hartstein, guys who are just pushing me on a daily basis. I want to first and foremost thank all of them. Sponsors, yeah, I don't really care about sponsors. I'm just here to fight and win, and that's it.
All right, my MMA news will be cage side Ring of Combat main event. OG, he don't look old, but he's an OG to me. Best of luck to you, Bill. I can't wait to see you. Good luck in the rest of camp.
Appreciate it.
Catch you soon.